Hey guys, Luna here, and welcome back to our life. Let's just get right back into the epilogue of this adventure of Cove. It was early afternoon when you stepped outside, breathing in the good weather. The gentle breeze warmed your skin while you waited for Cove. He wasn't far behind, but there was still a serene moment to watch the puffy white clouds move across the sky. We were grateful for that, because the second you both hopped into Cove's car, your brain was full to the brim with wedding planning once again. Before you could progress any further, you needed to cross one of the most important details off the list, officially putting the wedding party together. That was the goal for today. Despite the nervous energy fluttering in your stomach, you were already anticipating the stops and phone calls planned. Peeking over at Cove, you hoped he was too.
Are you okay?
Are you doing alright, Luna? I have high hopes for today, and that's scary, but otherwise I'm okay. What about you? Cove turned away while his eyebrows pinched together. His grip on the steering wheel tightened briefly before he made himself relax, the stiffness in his pose. Tense but good. Better than good. Really, I'm relaxed. Yeah, me too. I can't wait to see their reactions. Every time you imagine the conversations you have today, they all boil down to the same feeling. Joy. The people you picked were all important figures in your lives, and you just couldn't wait to see how they'd take to the news. Cove nodded and added a happy humming response, and with that you were on the road home. Naturally, Cove navigated the car toward the old neighborhood. It was soothing, winding down the familiar path of your childhood. You spent so many years expanding your world little by little on foot, and then by car. The older you grew, the further you went, but there was always a place back there for you. Cove parked along the upper end of the street. Side by side, you headed out, aiming for his dad's condo. Your first visit for the day. Cove wanted to ask his father to be his best man, and you'd be there for him. Cove's newly outstretched hand was halfway to the doorknob when he paused uncharacteristically. Actually, I'm gonna knock. What? Why now, all of a sudden? Because this is a serious business, and he'll be so happy to see us that he won't see the real surprise coming. Wow, I actually think I'll love that. The warmth intensified in Cove's expression. His hand changed direction and gave the door 2 firm knocks. It didn't take Mr. Horn long to answer the door. His initial shock quickly melted into a cheery grin.
Come on.
Hey, come on in. Come in. His attention bounced back and forth between you and Cove as he moved aside to let you stroll on in. Hey, Dad, how are you?
Great.
I'm great, sport. Cool. Well, Cove stalled bashfully, staring down at his feet and rubbing at the back of his neck. You knew just how important this was for him. He took a deep breath and didn't wilt under his dad's growing concern. So, Luna and I were talking about the wedding, and I realized I need to ask you about something. I'm all ears, son. Whatever you need, I'm your guy. Cove swallowed up nervously and nodded. Then the concerns of his mouth started to pick up. I was wondering if it might be alright being my best man in the wedding party? Mr. Holden slammed a hand to his chest, clutching his heart. You waited for any kind of sign of life. A part of you wasn't even sure if he was breathing until he finally gasped a lungful of air.
Are you sure?
Cove, you don't have to do that. Cove's brows bent up, but his delicate smile grew wider. Nobody's forcing me. This is what I want. Dad, you always supported me. Through the good and the bad, for my whole life you've always taken care of me. His expression was earnest as he stepped forward. Your chest swelled with pride, listening to Cove's honest plea. Why would I want somebody else to be my best man? Completely touched, Mr. Holden gasped his son by the shoulders, and then wrapped him in a hug. Cove embraced him just as tightly and rested a cheek on his dad. There's nothing in this world that would stop me from being there for my boy.
Thanks,
Dad. Oh, look at the Cove's happy smile. Sniffling, Cove's voice came out softly and laden with emotion. With teary eyes, Cliff invitingly reached an arm out to you. You joined them. The simple invitation instantly had your vision clouded with tears. The Holdens felt like a family to you, and right now it really settled into how much all of you were now, without question, family. Inching forward, you both let yourself be pulled into their loving embrace. You clung onto them both. Finally, Cliff pulled back, letting his shaking form settle again. Well, I'm sure you're both busy, so I won't keep you. Mr. Holden crossed his arms. Despite the misty eyes, he beamed, taking in the sight of you and Cove. But I really appreciate you coming by, and I'll be around if either of you ever need anything. Thanks, and yeah, we'll need to invite the rest of the wedding party before you see the wedding planner later. You're our very first stop today. Miss Owen managed to brighten up even more hearing that. Cove shyly nodded and rubbed his arm.
Nice work.
Very good. You're being so responsible. I won't hold you up on your way. Thanks again. Guess we're on our next stop? Glanced over at Cove. He nodded surely, and you felt a calming surge of confidence. Have fun spreading the good news. We will. Bye, Dad. See you soon. The sun was warm on your skin as you left Mr. Holden's house. Stretching your arms overhead, you pivoted toward Cove, feeling refreshed. Ready?
Come on.
Yep, let's go. You twisted it into a teasing grin. Cove arched an eyebrow. You think we'll need to hike back to the car for this perilous task? Across the street? It's a dangerous journey, I'm told. Cove snorted and shook his head. The effort he was exerting not to laugh made you snicker. You couldn't have been more pleased with your life. Stepping up to your condo, you rang the doorbell and waited. The longer you stood there, the stranger you felt. 'Cause this all still felt like your own door. The expression on your face pinched together oddly, but it was short-lived as your mom swung the door open and validated your thoughts. Oh, hello, sweeties. Welcome home. She eagerly ushered you both inside toward the living room. Ma then went over to the hall and cupped her hand to the side of her mouth to be heard in the other room. Pan, come see our guests. Mom curiously peeked out the bedroom door. When she realized who it was, she beamed and gave a little wave. Hey, kiddos. Hi. Hi, missed you both. Your mom's expression softened. Mom joined you in the living room alongside Ma.
How are you?
What can we do for you today? We've been working on some wedding preparations and we're hoping to include you on that.
Oh?
I wonder what that could mean. Ma raised an amused eyebrow and then turned to Mom. Shyly, Cove glanced toward you, wordlessly asking you to take the lead here. Mom and Ma, would either of you want to be a part of our wedding? Cove and I were hoping that Mom would be a bridesmaid and Ma would also be a bridesmaid for me.
Of course.
Ma excitedly looked from you to Mom and back again. She was thrilled. If you want me as bridesmaid, then I will be. All I want is to be there for my wonderful child's special day. Mom stepped forward and put her hands on her hips. She breathed proudly. You bet, Luna. Whatever you need. 'Cause all my kids you tied for first place. She shook her head, maintaining eye contact and pressing lips into a fine line. That only sent your mom into a lot of giggles, amused with her own joke. Teasing aside, Luna, you made me very happy. A small, relieved sigh took away the remaining worry twisting in your gut. That one even better than you thought it would. A silly grin spread from ear to ear on Mom as she swayed gently where she stood. She peeked at Mom.
Nice.
Can't believe it. I'm in the same party as Lolana. That's so exciting. Oh, hello, Miss. It's so nice to see you here. How long has it been since this lovely party? Ma placed a hand over her heart as she spoke. They both had pink cheeks from laughter, pretending they're hanging out together at an actual event. Everything was so much sweeter that knowing your moms were thoroughly enjoying this. Spying on Cove out of the corner of your eye, you caught the fondness he exuded from watching you in return. You seemed just as pleased as your mom's reaction.
In that case?
Okay, well, let us, the two of us, go about the rest of your planning then. Thank you so much for surprising us with this. Ma brushed back her hair, observing you both affectionately. Mom nodded in agreement. Got a lot to do, but I'm sure I'll be able to hack it. Hack it? Raising an eyebrow where you put your hands to your hips. Cove grinned, already amused from where your train of thought was growing. We're gonna knock it out of the park with flying colors. We're gonna put it together the best wedding anyone has ever seen. You know what, Luna? I believe you. You're always amazing. Thanks, and we'll be back around soon, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate it so much. The tips of Cove's ears were red, but he did his best to be unruffled under your mom's stares. He nodded with warm smiles. Bye. Goodbye. See you around. After your moms walked you out the door, you and Cove stepped out into the neighborhood, ready to tackle the next day on your to-do list. With one last glance around the neighborhood, you silently said goodbye. There was so much to do today that would require hitting the road again. Humming to yourself, you watch Cove bring the car toward the city. Your next visit would be to meet up with Terry and Miranda in their neck of the woods. You couldn't wait. You did tell them in advance that the wedding planning was bringing you and Cove out that way, so your friends were expecting you today. but as far as you knew, they didn't have any idea what you were preparing to ask. Pulling into the parking lot along the street, Cove was in high spirits. He eagerly hopped out of the car, and you caught up to him with light steps. You weren't that far away from the car when you heard a familiar, friendly shout nearby. You spotted Terry and Miranda running along the brick path to meet you and Cove halfway.
Hey, buddies.
Ah, it's so good to see you. Andy, Terry. You darted over in their direction. Chuckling, it was Cove's turn to hurry up back to your side. Gave your friends a wide wave when he caught up. I missed you too. Hey, thanks for coming down. Luna and I have something to ask you about, and it's really nice to be able to do in person. Neither of them dared to interrupt, but Terry and Miranda did share a silent look. Both of them seemed eager to know the details. Quirking an eyebrow, Cove asked silently if you want to take the lead. You nodded, and he gestured with your hand for you to go ahead. Terry, I was wondering if you would be a bridesmaid for me in the wedding.
Finally!
Yes! Made the cut! Thrilled, he threw a satisfied fist in the air. Terry grinned, stretching your teeth. Don't act too surprised now. Terry let out a rumbling laugh and crossed his arms. Miranda watched him fondly. He was hoping that you would ask. Shh, you're not supposed to tell them that. Miranda covered her mouth partially with her hand, but her giggles still escaped. Terry shook her head, but there is nothing but pure affection there. Oh well, I'm a bridesmaid. You can't take that back in 10 stone.
I mean...
We could take it back. No! Cove snickered, leaning towards you. And Miranda, will you be the maid of honor for my wedding party? Whoa! Miranda slapped her hands over her face in shock, Terry putting a reassuring hand on her shoulder. Even more victorious, Randy. Good work! Slowly, Miranda parted fingers, revealing a wide, beaming grin.
Thank you.
I'll be honored to be your maid of honor, Luna. You matched their excitement. Go, Team Luna!
Yeah.
Yeah, Team Luna for
Hey!
Hey, my party's just as good. My party is 1,000 times better than Cove's. Excuse me? Miranda and Terry burst into laughter at your remark. Meanwhile, you wrinkled your nose until Cove smiled. Team Luna and Cove's wedding forever. Terry put his hands in hips and nodded sagely.
Agreed.
That's the truth, Randy. Seriously, thanks for this.
Yep.
Yeah, it's super nice to be including us in the wedding parties. Of course. We couldn't imagine the wedding any other way. Thanks for meeting up with us today. It's nothing, but you probably have more to get going now, huh? Yeah, we have a meeting with the wedding planner pretty soon. The Baxman! With a curt shake of his head from Cove, rolled his eyes, completely unamused. Miranda's brow furrowed. Wait, I thought you were joking when you mentioned that. Is he really planning your wedding? He is. Wow. Oh, wow. It's definitely something. But that's what we're doing, and we're gonna do it now. Cove awkwardly rubbed his arms. Understanding. Terry gave a thumbs up. Safe travels. Bye, have fun. Next time you see us, you'll have more wedding planning, so be ready. Bye. Terry and Miranda remained on the walkway while you and Cove returned to the car. When you were alone again, you spoke up. That was good. Yeah. Wasn't facing you, but you could still admire the happy curve of his lips. It was nice to visit with your friends for a little while, even if it was better to have another thing set for the big day. With a determined stare, Cove pulled out his phone and plugged in Baxter's office into the GPS map. Once it was all set, he pulled his car into the drive, and you were both on your way once more. While Cove drove, you pulled your phone out and scrolled through your contacts list. The rest of the task would have to be done long distance, so you turned the speaker up and made the call. Dialing your big sister, you set your phone to speaker. You were already expecting the inevitable jokes that you'd have up her non-sleeves. Hello, Luna. What do you need to inform me of? Hi to Liz. Oh, and hi, Cove. This is gonna be good. Liz's intrigued tone became teasing, realizing she was on the I guess you can't even pretend to have a normal conversation first.
No!
No! You're planning a wedding. You have to have something in the works by now. You could tell by the way Cove quietly took a deep breath that he was conflicted, and you knew that he wanted to admonish her and shake his head, but she couldn't see that. Fine, let's cut to the chase. Good choice. And Cove and I were hoping that'd be a bridesmaid for me. I knew it. The only reason you both would be calling like this would be ask something like that. Yeah, you're very clever for cracking the case. That's correct. Makes sense, and of course you request me to be involved with the wedding. Liz cracked open over the line. She needed some time to collect herself, but when she did, she spoke much more earnestly this time.
Thank you.
But that aside, honestly, I'd love to be your bridesmaid. Thank you so much for having me. I wish we could have done this in person. Thanks, Liz. I know I won't let you down, little sibling. I'm glad you're going to be a part of this too, Liz. It's natural that you would be. I've been there all along, for better and worse.
Rude.
Rude, but fair. I'm looking forward to
Cool.
it. Cool. We gotta go and do more wedding things. Talk to you later. Keep me updated. Bye. Bye, Liz. And with that, you could happily check off another box of your to-do list. That was another invitation sent and accepted. Taking a deep breath, you pulled up your contact for the next person on your mind. You hit the call button and waited. Eagerly, you waited for your cousin to pick up. Cove noticed out of the corner of his eye that you positioned the phone a little further away than normal. He nodded in agreement with that decision.
Hi!
Hey, Luna. How's the wedding planning going? Any news? Here we go. Despite his amused tone, Cove still had the wheel more tightly, bracing for the volume of the coming conversation. Lee was clearly already excited for any potential scoop. Oh, was that Cove? Hi. Hi, Lee. She was uncharacteristically remained silent after the greetings, waiting patiently for what this was about. Well, Lee, I have a quick question.
Really?
Really? What do you need? I want to know if you'd be a wedding groomswoman for me. Ooh, very interesting. Very, very interesting. I have no idea the two of us have gotten so close other than me and Luna, but we're our family now too. Our relationship has gone up by leaps and bounds. Oh, come on, Lee. Her high teasing tone had Cove fidgeting in his seat. He took a hand off the wheel to rub the back of his neck while she giggled. Does that mean you're gonna do it or not? Totally, yes. I'm in. You know I am. Yes!
Aww.
I'm so stunned about everything. My cousin's getting married. This is gonna be amazing. Thanks, Lee. We appreciate the support. That's what family's for. I'm always just a phone call away. Thanks, Lee. We have some more wedding-related things to do, so we'll pick up things again later. Works for me. Good luck with the planning, and I expect a detailed report face-to-face soon. Of course. Bye, Lee. Bye, Luna. Bye, I'm still here. I'll never forget you. Bye. Energized, you hung up already waiting the next time you'll see Lee in person. Stretching your arms out, you pleasantly took in the world rolling out by the window. Taking a deep breath, you pulled up the contact for the next person in mind. You hit the call button and waited. Staring at Kira's name, you hoped that she wasn't too busy. She, luckily, picked up only after a couple of rings. Hello, Luna, and hello, baby. Hi, Kira.
Huh?
Hi, Mom. How did you know I was here?
Come on.
When are you ever far from Luna? Especially with what's been happening lately. Yeah. How are my best kids doing? Good, really good. And, Luna and I actually have something that we wanted to ask you. Oh, I'm all ears. I was hoping you'd be a groomswoman in my wedding party.
My baby.
Oh, my heart. Yes, of course I'll be a groomswoman. You can count on
I'm
me.
so glad.
Thanks, Mom. Yeah, thank you so much. Hey, that's what I'm here for. Okay, we have to keep going with the more planning, but we'll talk to you later, okay?
Makes sense.
Good luck, my babies, and take care. I'll see you both again soon. Thanks again. Bye. Bye, Mom. Cove was elated when that ended the call. One more successful invitation was checked off the to-do list. Taking a deep breath, he pulled up the contact for the next person on your mind. You hit the call button and waited. You didn't have to hover over Derek's name. You hit call without another thought. He picked up before the second ring.
What's up?
Hey, it's Derek. How's it going? Hey, everything's going great. Hey, Cove says you. Taking to Derek's always raised spirits, you chuckled watching Cove's grind with it rising. Hey, too. Cove's right. Things good.
Awesome.
Awesome. Did you both need to talk to me about something specific, or is it just for fun? Yeah, about that. I was just wondering if you want to be a groomsman for me.
Leave it to me.
Oh, heck yeah. Of course I'm going to be in your party. Dude, I'll be there to catch you if you faint. It's going to be an intense, emotional day. Of course, Cove's like, oh no, don't get me started. Cove just let out a deep sigh that morphed into a stuttering laugh. His cheeks burned a deep red. You all knew well enough that there's a high possibility of that situation happening during your wedding. Is that what all of your training has secretly been about all this time? Hey, don't go airing out my secrets all like that. Wow, I'm touched.
It's no problem.
Hey, don't get me wrong. Sports are fun, but I can take care of people when they need help again. So don't worry about the big day. I got you. You could hear Derek snickering again over the line, but he soon settled down. Your cheeks started to hurt from smiling so much. Seriously, congrats again, you two. It means a lot to me that I get to be there with you through this. Thanks for being there, Derek. I don't think we can thank you enough for all of this. You were pretty sure that he knocked him speechless. All you could hear over the line was some sniffles. You both felt fortunate enough to have such good friends in Derek. Cove glanced at you with eyes full of affection before moving things along. So, that's what we're calling about, and there's even more wedding planning we gotta get to.
See you.
Well, I won't keep you. Glad you called. See you later. Yeah, we will. Bye. Bye, Derek. Bye. Leaning back in your chair, you finally put your phone away and slid your attention toward Cove with an easy smile. The high excitement was fading and leaving a comfortable tiredness in its place, but you wouldn't trade the joy and support you got today for anything. Cove gave you a little cheer over your mutual success. We did it! We have wedding parties! Cove didn't take his focus off the road, but you could hear every bit of relief in his voice. The corner of his mouth curved. I mean, I guess it's not exactly surprising that things went fine, but it's hard to act casual about any of this. Well, you wouldn't be Cove if you weren't panicking just a little. Thanks. The flat tone of his voice sent you a fit of giggles. You couldn't help but join you soon after. But don't worry, you're not the only one.
All right.
Okay, let's hurry to Baxter's office. There's a whole rest of the wedding to plan for. Right. A new day and another visit to your wedding planner came down to the rushing river that was your life at this time. You, Cove, and Baxter's were each other settled in the same spots at the appointment prior, but there wasn't any of that initial shock. Instead, things started off with a simple greeting. Hey, we have a wedding party now. Everyone we wanted accepted. Oh, you work faster than I do. Wonderful. I'll check it off and we can move fully forward. I hope you're excited. I could take it or leave it, you teased. Cove sighed in an affectionately long-suffering I am, anyways. Well, he pulled out his pen while crossing his legs in a fluid motion. Our company has its own house photographer for your event, so that's taken care of. But there's meal catering, cake, and any other dessert you want. Oh, I want cake! Baxter coyly grinned at their abrupt interruption, unbothered. I'm sure you get your treats, then, along with those that are the outfits for you both. And you'll naturally need to decide where the ceremony and reception will be held. If you're feeling unprepared to make a call on any of that now, we could always start with the dance sessions. What are you feeling? Knowing where the wedding is going to be pretty important to get done, but on the other hand, it's such a big thing, it's kind of intimidating to think about. Cove tilted his head back and forth, mentally working through his opinion on the matter. Baxter watched the struggle for a moment before bringing it back up. Luna, any thoughts for your husband-to-be? Let's design a cake, Cove. Baxter nodded his head, confirming that he had registered your choice. Beside you, Cove's excitement had bubbled over. He was bouncing his seat too eager to restrain himself. Good idea, Luna. I'm definitely ready to plan treats. His open enthusiasm trickled to you, eliciting an adoring chuckle that slipped out. Across the table, Baxter joined you with a soft laugh of his own. Meanwhile, Cove seemed oblivious to your amusement. You figured he was too lost in his imagining delicious cakes and notice what was happening around him. What you needed now was for someone to turn those dreams into reality. The agency had worked with suppliers of all kinds, so Baxter had a list of bakeries that they recommended for weddings. You and Cove had a few personal favorites too. Together you all reviewed the website for all potential bakeries. Baxter had a wealth of handy tips to what to keep in mind when it came to specifically to commissioning wedding cakes for you to take into consideration. The three of you whittled away the options until you finally settled on the one you wanted. With that decided, Baxter contacted them to arrange a meeting so that you could select the flavors and discuss design ideas before working out the practicalities. He easily secured a time that worked perfectly for both you and Cove, and that brought the end of today's meeting. decision of which bakery to choose, the scheduling, briefing on basic requirements, and had taken up all the remaining time you had with Baxter for today. The three of you rose from your seats one after the other.
Goodbye for today.
It's been great to see you. Yeah, I can't believe next time we'll have our wedding cakes picked out. Unless the bakery cancels on us. Cave's face fell. His horrified expression broke your composure, making you snort with laughter. Kidding. I'm sure that won't happen. We'll have to get our cake session, Cove. Of course. I'm sure we'll have a great time together. I look forward to seeing what you decide on. Though, I won't be there in person. You can always text me if you want advice during the process. Oh, I'm pretty sure Cove's going to be on top of this, he jokes. Cove puffed up his chest proudly. Thank you, Luna. He waved goodbyes as you and Cove left the office for the day. Hey, it's Xavier's! Light tinkling over the bell of the door announced your arrival as you and Cove stepped inside, where you were immediately welcomed by a pleasant wave of sweet treats. The baker was delighted for the scents even before taking a single bite. Decked out in a pretty shade of pink, it was impossible to miss. Cove closed his eyes and inhaled deeply. There's a soft air of cakes and pastries baking in the oven, tinged with warm spices like cinnamon and nutmeg. The display case was full of the daily selection of mouth-watering delicacies, neatly lined up and ready to be taken away. The selection ranged from intricate specialty cakes to more rustic, homey brownies and cupcakes. Usually those kinds of treats would be everything you needed, but today was a special visit. You were entirely focused on the even better desserts waiting for you on the horizon. You could tell Cove shared your feelings. He waited beside you with every outward appearance of patience. You could tell his anticipation by the way he kept a close eye on the watch on the kitchen door as you waited for an employee to come greet you. This uncharacteristic restraint was a stark contrast to any other time he visited a bakery, where he could have rushed over to the display case and immediately began picking out cakes to take home. He shifted from one foot to another. You knew he was fighting to hold back those usual urges. Luckily, his self-control wasn't tested for long. Soon the door to the kitchen swung open to a friendly-looking face emerge. Spotting you and Cove, this person smiled and began heading over. As they approached, you saw the name on their tag said Xavier, with a little purple button pinned to one strap on their apron, with the words they, them printed in black letters. Xavier walked right up to you and gave a welcome so warm you could have sworn it come so fresh from the oven. Yeah, I think this was actually one of the points, because this ending DLC was created before the Derek and Baxter's DLCs and DLC endings, so I'm pretty sure they don't actually have an official character sprite at this point, which is kind of cool that you can see kind of like the progression changes and stuff. Hello, thanks for coming by, Zig. Is there anything I can get for you? Hi, Cove paused, pointing at first himself, then pointing to you as he spoke. We're Cove and Luna. We got an appointment here. His voice, which had started out measured and even, became hushed in the thrill of what you were here to do, started to get to Cove. When he resumed speaking, it broke further still, devolved into a rush whisper that Xavier needed to lean in to catch. It's to plan our wedding cake. We're getting married. Thanks for making time for us. Xavier's eyes lit up at the introduction. Of course. Welcome, Luna and Cove, our bride and groom. Cove preened ever so slightly at those last words, his chin jutting out with confidence. I'm Xavier, the head cake artist here. I'm so happy to be working with you for such an important event. You can take some seats right over there in front and we can start talking options. They gestured to a nearby table, and you and Cove obliged, taking seats as they sat down, your stomach somersaulted. You were here to pick out a wedding cake, and that would be served at your wedding. It hadn't quite sunk in before, but being invited to begin had made it feel more official. But knowing that you weren't alone in the feeling that way comforted you, and you granted the love of your life, Cove beamed back at you. The baker had taken a detour over to the back shelf where they picked up a binder before coming to stand before you at the table. I went over the info about baking assistant took when the appointment was arranged, so we can dive right into things. So let's get to it. Starting with the size of the cake. How big do you want to go? We can go as big as a 5 inches high.
Maybe.
Maybe 2 or 3, maybe? Cove tilted his head to the side to look at you Three would be wonderful. Cool. Seeing as you reach your conclusion, Xavier noted that down into a binder. 3-tier cake it is. They glanced up from their binder, smiling. That would give us a lot to work with. In terms of decorating, is there any kind of decoration you want us to aim for the overall style? Cove pursed his lips, stumped by the question. Artistic vision had never been his strong suit, though you reviewed ideas for decoration and color schemes together. Asking Cove to distill those visions and themes into words was doomed to failure. You took it from there and said, something beachy. Cove sighed, relieved, an expression of his approval.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. We can work with that for sure. Any color ranges, minds? Again, Cove fell silent, like a kid hoping not to be called in the classroom. Even though it was just the three of you and he had no chance of hiding, you could swear that he was shrinking low in his seat as if he was hoping to go unnoticed. As entertaining as the idea was, you decided to spare Cove before he slipped under the table. He spoke up and said, dark shades. Got it. And what one color you really want me to keep out on the top of my mind? Blue, because that's kind of the theme. Nice, I'm getting you. Xavier looked up from the binder. Right, so we're going for a 3-tier blue cake that's beachy. You can picture it now. It's going to be perfect. Yep, that's the fantastic combo. It's definitely our cake. Cove, who was staring at you like you saved him from a life or death situation rather than answering a couple of simple questions in a pleasant bakery, gave you a thumbs up. Xavier watches you both with a smile. This cake is really shaping up. Time for the fun part. I'll be right back. They got up and made their way to the kitchen. The fun part? Cove echoed the words, puzzled but intrigued. He peered after Xavier, trying to catch a glimpse of the magic happening behind the closed doors. Craning his neck didn't grant Cove X-ray vision, but that was just fine, as they weren't kept in suspense for long. Cove quickly returned with a large, covered serving tray. Cove gasped, his fingers curling with anticipation. Careful, coming through. They lowered the heavy platter onto the table, where it clattered against the hard surface as it settled. Oh, and it's a food tasting. Oh, that sounds so fun. Xavier lifted the cover to reveal several plates of little cake slices with amounts of different frosting and filling flavors. The beautiful array of colors and breadth of the selection made for a wonderful presented array of treats. Cove gasped, wowed by the revelation.
Oh!
We get to try samples? Xavier giggled at Cove's reaction. Given just how much enthusiasm Cove had, you bet there wasn't many previous groups whose response could compare. You do. They pointed at the tray and began talking through the selection, starting out with the neat little slice of cake. So we got a few different cake selections for you. We got vanilla, chocolate, red velvet, citrus, and such. They moved over to the frosting and filling. There's chocolate, strawberry, maple, mocha buttercream. And over here we got chocolatey and fruity fillings, though the inside can simply contain more frosting if you prefer. Having talking through the samples, they straightened up. These are some of our most popular options, but not everything. You can see all of our options on the order forms. As they talked, they each took out 2 copies of the order sheets and presented you with one each. All of the possibilities for each of the elements of the cake were laid out before you. That is everything. You're welcome to eat whatever part looks appealing, or you can have everything on the palate if you got the stomach for it. Cove's eyes sparkled with anticipation. Knowing Cove, you suspected that he intended to take Xavier up on the offer to sample everything. He picked up the fork provided and began systematically working through the platter. He took scoops out of the cake, frosting, and filling options in turn, moving from left to right from top to bottom. You chuckled softly, amused that your hunch had been incorrect. Though Cove was evidently intent on eating a bit of everything, he noted that he was careful to leave at least half of each sample in case he wanted to. You wanted to try everything as well. It all looked so delicious. Picking up a fork, you joined Cove in sampling the cakes, frosting, and fillings they offer. You murmured your delight to each one as you discovered new combinations and enjoyed the sheer variety laid out before you. Cove's eyes shone as he looked at you, glad to be sharing the experience. You were so enraptured that you nearly forgot that you weren't alone with the Cove, but this too was by design. The baker stood approvingly, careful not to do anything that might interrupt your enjoyment. You cozy it up next to Cove. You shuffled your seat closer to Cove, wanting to be close enough to rub your shoulders against him and hook your leg around his. Cove, who had just been picking up another forkful laden with cake and frosting, turned to see what you were doing. This is how his hand came to collide with you. It didn't hurt, though now you're sporting some frosting which had previously sat on the fork.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Cove grabbed a napkin and hurriedly wiped the frosting off, taking care to remove all the marks of the encounter. Don't worry, I'm alright. That's good. He scrutinized the spot where the frosting had once been. Once he was satisfied that there was nothing there, he looked up at you with a playful grin. You're poor Jude Baxter, right? I don't want him canceling our wedding over this. I'm never snitching on you, Cove. Not even if you push me into a swimming pool full of frosting. Your Cove expression went distant. You couldn't tell whether he was visualizing the scene or trying to work out the logistics of the scenario. You could hit the bottom of the pool pretty hard if I did that. What if you got hurt? You laughed, resting your head on one hand. Fine. I'll report you for Baxter in that very specific and highly unlikely situation. Chuckling softly, Cove shifted closer so that you could snuggle up beside you two. You tilted your head toward him without thinking, relishing the warmth of him next to you. Cove resumed eating, though now taking care to keep his fork well away from you. Cove shimmied happily in his seat. The different varieties had gone down well with him. They're all so good. He cracked a grin. Hey, could you get a tier for every flavor? Xavier laughed. Unfortunately, we can't. Not for a single cake. But I'm guessing you don't want several different cakes for your wedding? Yeah, we should probably just go with the one. It's okay, Cove. We can always get cakes for our anniversaries in the future. It would be nice to taste the experience over again year after year, especially if you could continue to get cakes from the same bakery that provided your wedding cake. The suggestion made him swoon for you. The promise of food of staying together was a perfect hit. Look at that adorable smile. Look at him. He's so happy. And now that you and Cove are experts in the bakery's cakes, it's time to figure out the details. We can do the cake in all-in-one flavor, top to bottom, or we can let you two choose sets of different flavors if that works for you. I think having different flavors for the tier sounds fun. Yeah, let's do that. Cove lifted himself off the chair briefly to switch his position. He moved over from leaning forward towards the tray and shifted to be situated on the side of the chair facing.
So
What are your thoughts? We don't need to stick to the forever, but were we thinking some kind of plan? Chocolatey, fruity, or what? You picked up the copy form to review the options again. After carefully studying, you said, I'm thinking, I want to do chocolatey and fruity. Something that people probably haven't had, but still good. Okay. He rested his chin on his hands and stared thoughtfully in the distance. A smile drifted across his face as he pictured the possibilities of the cake. Maybe a citrus cake with coconut buttercream and then a white chocolate mousse on the inside? That's an option, but can I tell you my idea too? Of course, you know me. His impish gaze now fell on the empty platter. I'll be happy with whatever you pick. Cove was by no means a fussy eater. You could tell that he enjoyed the full selection of samples and be happy with all the options presented. You were free to pick out something different. Still, always appreciate of Cove's willingness to listen to you, whether it's passing thought or a deep-rooted worry, your ideas for your wedding cake. Thinking about the type of cake you want, you decide to suggest. Let's do chocolate cake. For the frosting, you like the idea of strawberry. When it came to the inside filling, you proposed fresh fruits and berries. Specifically, oh god, I don't, like, in real life, I don't know what, if I ever get married, I don't know what type of, cake I want. I'm just doing something that kind of sounds interesting. Peaches, I guess. Cove leaned back in his seat, watching you curiously as he studied to hear what you were thinking. You glanced over the form again and got silent the next year. Thinking about the cake, you decided to suggest Oh, mango, with chocolate, and fresh fruit berries with strawberries. Cove, who'd been nodding along with your suggestion, recapped the idea. So you're thinking of mixing a mango cake with chocolate frosting and fresh strawberries on the inside? Got it.
Sounds good.
Then he mouth-watering flavors cake swirl says, "You're sure it's gonna be at the wedding. The inside of the cake is great. All that's left now is to cover. How should we wrap your cake up? Do you like fondant? Maybe Nash?" Cove shrugged and you said, let's do ganache. Buttercream covered in ganache. Got it almost done. They scribbled that down in the binder. Finally, what elements would you like me to include in the design or presentation of the cake? Maybe chocolate-made decorations and some icing piping. And fresh. I don't know. That's everything. Nice and straightforward. I like it. Awesome. We got ourselves a cake plan. The baker's word made it official. You picked out your wedding cake. You couldn't help but being especially thrilled about that. The wedding cake was such a focal point part of your party. It would be featured in photographs and shared amongst your families and friends. The joy of the day distilled into a beautiful confection. Just thinking about it left you breathless. You glanced at Cove out of the corner of your eye. You're wondering if he was feeling excited as you were. He was leaning forward in his seat and rapt expression on his face. Xavier continued speaking. You pulled yourself back into the present. I'll take all the info you've given us today and use it to think up the finish design. I'll keep you in the loop of how it's going. Though, before you go, are you wanting any other desserts on the side? Maybe cupcakes or cookies? Or we could do something else if there's something specific you had in mind. Do you make fudge? Cove's eyes grew wide at your suggestion. He looked over at Xavier hopefully. Unexpected, but not impossible. We can make you some fudge. Cove beamed with delight. The three of you walked over the details of your additional desserts. Xavier skillfully guided through it all to determine everything of your preferences for flavors and textures to the quantity you needed. Eventually, it was all set up. Xavier reviewed the notes from the binder. So, you're getting a 3-tier cake with a beachy kind of feel that's multi-flavored, and you're getting some fudge along with it? Your heart fluttered as he imagined the cake once again, and you and Cove standing over it, ready to take the first cut. The side dessert perfectly complemented cake, completing the picture perfectly. Yeah, those are desserts. Cave bounced in his chair again, his hands clapped against the edge of the table. His excitement was as palpable as your own. This is gonna be so good. Xavier grinned, pleased to know how to see the two of you so happy. Thanks again for coming for us to your wedding. We'll make the extra desserts of your dreams. You worked through the outstanding specifics of your order with Xavier, who was determined to get everything right for your big day and had an answer ready for everything you could throw at them. One final arrangement had been confirmed, and he left the bakery feeling confident that your wedding cake was going to be just wonderful. Cove naturally shared your optimism completely. As per usual, Cove and Baxter met up on another day for another session. A light-hearted words were exchanged, and Baxter watched the two of you amusedly. Cove's mood was still shining, and Baxter
So?
I take it the cake designing went well. Like a child who is excited to show off the latest work of crayon art to their teacher, Cove shared the news with pure happiness. Yeah, we're getting a really big one. I'm so pleased to hear that. What shall we be doing today? I think with that, this is a good place to end this episode here with designing the cake. I hope you guys have a good day, night, week, month of your lives. And may the stars forever guide your path wherever they may lead you into the future. And I hope to see you all again soon. Thank you very much. Bye.